Take the path of most resistance. Welcome to another day of Daily Nuggets of Wisdom. Sean Isaacs here. This is going to be very quick, very brief. I want to encourage and challenge you today to actually take the path of most resistance. Now, maybe you've heard the terminology. If you've done any reading, any research, you know that many believe, and science reveals, and experience should suggest that most of us are wired to take the path of least resistance. What does that mean? We tend to take the easy route. We tend to make the easiest choices. But I want to give you a nugget of wisdom today, that if you want to be successful in any or all areas of your life, you need to rewire your brain, your mind, and your thinking by the choices you make to take the path of most resistance. The path of most resistance means that you are choosing to do the hard thing. You are choosing to embrace hardship. You are choosing to embrace suffering. The Apostle Paul, in 2 Timothy chapter 4, I believe, around verse 4 and 5, says to Timothy, he says, Timothy, endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. Endure hardness as a good soldier. That was Paul's way of saying to Timothy, embrace suffering. Embrace the difficult. Choose the path that is the most challenging. Why? Because in most cases, the easy path, the least path, is not the best path. You have to decide, am I going to choose easy or best? Easy is to lay in bed another 30 minutes. Easy is to call out sick today, even though you know you can go in. Easy is to not have that challenging conversation with your coworker or your spouse or your child because you want to avoid potential conflict, potential strife. It's easy to choose the path to say nothing and not to stand up for yourself when there has been injustice. But I'm going to encourage and even challenge you, as I am doing to myself this morning, to take the path of most resistance. Most resistance. In Romans chapter 5, Paul says, we glory in tribulations, not singular but plural, because there is something that we know. There is something that we understand about embracing trials, glorying in difficulty, glorying in challenges or trials or difficulties that would enter the life. There is something that we understand when we choose the path that's going to provide the most resistance, that's going to be the most challenging, that's going to be the most difficult. He says that we glory in tribulations, knowing that tribulation worketh or produces patience. Another word for patience there would be perseverance. The more you enter difficulty, embrace it, fight through it, the stronger you get, the more muscles you build. You know you should go to the gym, for example. You keep promising to go to the gym. You keep committing to go to your basement and work out daily. But the path of least resistance is to put it off until tomorrow. You know you should be juicing. You've committed to do it over and over again. The path of least resistance is to keep committing and promising that you're going to do it tomorrow. The path of most resistance is to get up an extra 20 minutes or 15 minutes earlier so you can make your juice before you head out, or to make your smoothie, or whatever it is that you've committed to do. That text in Romans says, we glory in tribulations, knowing that tribulations worketh or produce patience, patience, experience, and experience, hope. There's no growth, there's no real success or sustained success without perseverance, which produces experience, because you get to go through something. The more you've gone through that difficulty more than once, it gets easier. When my wife was first diagnosed with cancer, that was harder than the third time, as from a standpoint of what we believed was possible. So patience worketh or produces experience, and experience, hope. And why is hope important? Hope is important because hope is the anchor for the soul. Hope is the thing that it sustains us. Hope is the thing that keeps you from desiring to commit suicide. Hope is the thing that keeps you from depression and discouragement, because you can look into the future and you believe that it's going to be better than your present. So the Bible says faith is the substance of things hoped for. So guess what? You can't build hope without experience. You can't build experience without perseverance. And you can't build perseverance without tribulations. So my encouragement is, my word of wisdom for today is embrace the path of most resistance. Not the path of least resistance. That's natural. It's easy to go with the flow. It's easy to do what's easy. That's why it's easy. But I want to encourage you to do what's hard. Do what's difficult today. Great book if you are having a challenge with productivity. As a business owner, sales professional, entrepreneur, network marketer, you are trying to figure out how to master and have more time. Brian Tracy wrote a great book called Eat That Frog, where the idea is, do the most difficult thing first. Do the hardest thing first. Do the thing you don't feel like doing, the thing you hate to do, the thing you're not comfortable doing. Do that first. And believe it or not only will you feel better, but you will feel motivated and empowered. Yesterday, we ended the weekend after having a great celebration for my wife's birthday. And after having a house full of maybe 35 to 40 plus people, our kitchen was extremely dirty. And I thought at the end, this is after 10, when the last set of people had left. The last set of people had left. One couple was left hanging out with us. And my natural thing was, you know what? You've had a long weekend. Why don't you just watch a basketball game and kind of unwind tonight? The other thing was, you could probably take time to plan tomorrow and the rest of the week, because you have a lot to do. And the thing that needed to be done most was to clean the kitchen. I didn't want my wife to do it because she was exhausted as well, and it was her birthday. I could have called the kids to do it. The path of least resistance was for me to avoid doing that kitchen. And what I decided to do is I took the hard thing and I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and clean the kitchen. And I got to tell you that by the time I was done cleaning that kitchen, I was fired up. I was motivated. Prior to that, I was feeling sort of like I'm tired and I want to take this least path and I need to take a break. I need to rest. And I'm just going to sort of veg out here and relax. And now I'm glad that I took the path of most resistance, which was I chose to actually get the dishes in the kitchen done, which allowed my wife to wake up to a clean kitchen this morning. But more importantly, it gave me motivation My point of sharing that is to say to you that choosing that path made me feel better when I was done. I still have a lot of other things to do, but at the end of that, I feel better. So I'm going to encourage you to choose the path of most resistance. Not what's natural. Don't go with the flow. All right, God bless. Until next time, catch up maybe tomorrow, Lord willing. Bye.